anything. People will just have to move on. But this time around, they had to say something. And what they said in this regard is to denounce any genocide going on. And that's where they are killing over 1,000 people. Over 1,000 people every month. And some people are just going to be like, how is that possible? Okay, yeah, let's see. So 1,000. Does that mean that they are killing 12,000 people? I am being conservative, Baba. We are talking about over 500,000 people slaughtered. And they are not right there in front of your screen. You are not at war, but people are dying. And that could be you. It could be anybody related to you in any part. There are those who are slaughtering them because Allah willed this Nigeria to their great-grandfather, Uthman Dan Fodio. And the educated ones who pretended to be educated, they will try to gaslight you, make it look like you are exaggerating things. You are trying to, you get what I mean? When all you are pure doing is to bring attention to what is likely going to consume all of us. I mean, Shittiman went to some place called the United Nations. He was talking about Gaza. There's no word about Nigeria. It's that video.
We speak of the violence and aggression visited upon innocent civilians in Gaza, the illegal attack on Qatar, and the tensions that scar the wider region. It is not only because of the culture of impunity that makes such acts intolerable, but because our own bitter experience has taught us that such violence never ends wide.
Maiduguri, Elon Musk. He was there. A low-budget Elon Musk. He was there talking about Gaza. He spoke for 19 minutes. I don't want to bore you with all of that. He had to say there. There's no single word about the people that have been slaughtered in Nigeria by disorganized terrorists that are boldly coming out to do peace meeting. Peace with terrorists. Do you know how many communities where they've had to do mass burials? Mass burials for Christians, mass burials for Muslims. And then you put them side by side and you're like, these are meant to be Nigerians slaughtered by Islamic murderers, Islamic terrorists, or better put, the jihadists. And a lot of them, when you look at them, you probably will say, this is where the argument of those who are Muslims, this is where their own argument is probably like based on, right? They're like, don't call them Islamic terrorists. These are pure terrorists. They are criminals. Because majority of them have never even touched Quran. They can't, even if they open Quran for them to read, they can't read anything. These are a bunch of criminals, hired by criminals who have whatever agenda they are pursuing. But the government is the best place to probably destroy them. And I wanted to say, well, that looks valid. That argument seems valid, right? If you have taken a look at some of these rogues, truly, I don't think many of them could be able to actually read their Quran, but they are shouting their Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, because they believe they are fighting jihad as jihadists. So those who are Muslims, those who are Muslims who feel so strong about this whole thing, right? But somehow they are only upset or only angry when you begin to call these terrorists out. And by chance, like I just did, call them Islamic terrorists, then you are going to see a moderate Muslim who is going to tell you that you are just ignorant. Let me explain something to you. These people don't speak for us. Where were you? I have never read anything from you about these killings. How come you are now here to educate me, the ignorant one? I never had you educate the terrorists and tell them that this is un-Islamic, this is this or that. You know what I mean? But they are more upset when you react because you are the ignorant one. You are the one who doesn't know what he's saying. You don't know what you are saying. Do you know that these people are not agreed? But you are more angry with me than you are with them who are bringing that shame, that what I've, to the religion. Because their actions will always kind of like trigger a counter or opposite reactions to say. So I'm not trying to pass blame here right now. No, 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 no. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of not speaking up. But at the same, I mean, when these rogues, these terrorists carried out their terrorist attacks, right? Like I'm talking about come out boldly, speak up against them. But no, they will just mellow. So is it like out of fear that you are afraid of them too? As a Muslim, you are afraid of them. So you would rather not just say anything about them. Anybody who's try to link them to Islam, that person will receive anything you want, like you will face that person. You will, because you cannot let anybody stain your religion. These are murderers doing religious cleansing, ethnic cleansing in the name of religion in northern part of Nigeria, and it's spreading, it's coming down south. Slowly but surely. So you should be angry. You should be upset. That should really, really, in fact, upset you more than people like us who are infidels, those who don't know anything. Because people like me can easily accept that I don't know anything about your religion. If that makes you feel better, okay, I don't know anything. So, but you would have to possibly fight those who you believe are not representing your religion, rather than say, you see, let me tell you, I don't know, there's this image, there's this cartoon, it was very popular online, right? Where one jihadist wanted to cut off the head of his victim, right? And another Muslim was passing, and that Muslim was like, hey, this thing is doing to you, eh? It has nothing to do with Islam. And he just walked away. He couldn't face the guy with the knife and say, what you are doing is un-Islamic, because he's afraid of his own life too, I think. He's probably happy that the person is doing what he would love to do, but he's just not got the balls to do. Terrorism. Are they killing Nigerians in Nigeria because they are Christians? The answer is yes, and more. Do the terrorists walk into a community and they ask people there, the Christians this side, Muslims this side? No, they don't. And that's why they don't attack any community at random. So don't be stupid. Terrorists don't attack anywhere at random. They surveil, they move around, they get everything around until the day they will attack. That is why, from people who have survived the attacks, given their own evidence of, see, we used to have these Fulanis here. They used to be around our community here. We see them around and all that. They've been here for a while. But a day before they attacked us, a day before terrorists attacked us, these Fulani disappeared. They packed up their wives, their children, their everything, disappeared. So if you are an investigative officer, right, you have to put a piece and piece together, and you're going to get your answer easily. You get me now? So the terrorists are not, they don't attack anywhere randomly. Like, oh, you know what? Let us go and attack that place. Let us go to, no. When they have their camp anywhere next to your state or to your city or to your community, right? Once they have their camp in that forest, the next is that they will survey everywhere, surveillance of the entire area, pick up the intel that they need, and they know this particular community is a majorly Christian community. They only have one mosque here. Oh, this particular one is a Muslim community. They even have this or that. Oh, that place, they have a Seriki. Seriki is their leader there. Oh, that one, you know what I mean? They do that. So don't act like that's a big thing, that they are doing it randomly. They just walk about like blindly. Yeah, let's go here and kill them. No. Like what they are doing in Kwara State right now. That's not random. they killed 15 vigilantes. Prior to that, I mean, I shared videos with you yesterday, right? Where some of these terrorists were caught. Okay, so terrorists were caught in different part of this Ifelodun local government area. Okay, which is a Yoruba community, a Yoruba local government, and all that, majorly. All right. So then people moved to the bigger side, which is Okeode, right? From Babanla, communities called Babanla and others like that, right? So they've been attacked. Out of fear, the people migrated to the bigger town called Okeode. That's a bigger town. They said that one is more populated, with the confidence that the terrorists won't even dare to come there with this number of people. Okeode has been under attacks severally. I mean, this is going to be like about the fourth attack. They killed 15 vigilantes, the local vigilantes that are providing this security, defending the people, arresting some of these terrorists. Unfortunately, when they arrest the terrorists, I think they just end up releasing them. Yeah. They just end up releasing them, I think. So now, Okeode in Felodun has been hit harder by these terrorists. You know? So, a community like that, or the people who have become the victims in that sense, you may not have to refer to them as Muslims or Christians, but like I said, the real base for these killings is ethnic cleansing, tribal cleansing, garbed in religious stuff. So those who are like, let's say those who are like Muslims, for example, that are supporting these terrorists, to them, they are brothers. We are all Muslims, so they're just killing the infidels. Even though we are not supporting these killings, but they support the killings. For every Christian either killed or converted, it has to be something. Unbeliever, infidel. Do you know how filthy those words are? And do you actually know that they treat people filthily like that too? The hatred, the level of this, disdain or being a disgust that they have for people they believe are not Muslims like them. No matter how much they pretend, oh, we are the same, we are brothers. We are not brothers. Get the hell out of here. The moment you have the opportunity of cutting off my head, you won't even think it twice. There are people like you that are afraid to condemn murderers, terrorists, because you think they are your brothers. But you are much, much angry or angrier when somebody talks about them, because to you, that person is indirectly attacking Islam, and you will never accept that. Those who are destroying the Islam are these terrorists that you should be strongly condemning. The ones that makes this religion of peace to be interpreted differently. You should be upset with them. They are wielding dangerous war weapons comfortably, conveniently all over the place. And they are picking the body. I mean, they are leaving bodies behind. These are the bodies of supposed Nigerians, whether they are Christians or Muslims or anything. There is no end in sight. And there will probably be no end in sight at all until when the APC is completely, destroyed. They have to be destroyed. APC, and everything that is associated with them. A systemic cleansing, tribal ethnic cleansing, religious killings, and the criminal politicians will downplay it simply because it is politically, plausible to do that. Now, going forward, okay, I'm going to stay in that Ilorin. Even though shitty man, there's some I wanted to share about the shitty man, but I can come back to that shitty man later, all right? Because after leaving these United Nations, right, he went straight to Germany. And I'll come back to that, all right? But let's go to Ilorin. See, The Kwara youth were out yesterday protesting about this same Fulani terrorist killing people needlessly. And it seems that there is almost nothing the people can do or are allowed to do when the terrorists are getting the soft landing from the criminal government. They're supposed to provide security for you. So protest. It won't change anything. But they did, sure.
Look at people are promote for their village. People are leaving their village.
See? So that's their situation. Those who have nowhere to go are hanging around protesting, while those who have somewhere to probably park and go to, they are packing all their stuffs, leaving their homes, leaving their lands with no specific time of return. Just go somewhere and hope that maybe someday it will be safe again to go back to your community. Those are the victims of this ongoing jihadist war on Nigeria. The major war that has caused significant, changes in your supposed economy, your lives, your livings and everything. And yet, they are not really, crushing them is not the real priority of the roles in government. Every day they come to you and tell you, why they can't do what you are thinking they should do. Because on the one hand, they will tell you that Nigeria is not at war. On the second hand, they will tell you that during war, prisoner of war, there's a rule of law for war. Like, are you people just intentionally mad? You get that? And then the terrorists feel like, well, it's safe here. No matter what these guys are saying, let them keep ranting. Those who decide things sees it differently, and therefore they see it our way, the terrorist way. What do you expect the citizens to do? Like, how do you expect the people to process what they are seeing with their two eyes are so abnormal, but they are prevented from speaking up. What do you expect the citizens to do? Watching their own military, senior military officers, mingling with murderous terrorists who are wielding dangerous weapons right in front of the cameras, speaking directly to the media, stating reasons why they are killing people and why they will continue if the government failed to back down from attacking them and all that. Like broad daylight, Baba.